my limit, so there we go. All right, we're recording. All right, guys. Tonight, we want to talk a little bit about. If you got questions, feel free to ask. I'm not going to mute everybody out. So if you have a question that pops up as we're going through this, this is very informal. I'm just going to record this, really kind of talking about some mindset and some things for your business as we go through here. So let's see if I can get this to move here. Here we go. The why. So when it comes to your business, these are some basic steps we're going to focus on, things that start with. And one of the things that there's a book out there by a guy named Simon Sinek, and it says start with why. Okay, and Simon is it's a fantastic read, and it just basically talks about creating the emotion necessary in order to succeed. And so it is one of those things. It's a great idea, and in our business, the why serves two purposes. All right, the first purpose of the why that's there that's very important. The first one is it's very simple that our why is going to fuel us when we have challenges and struggles. It's going to help us maintain our focus. It's going to help us be able to maintain our focus. Is going to help us be able to persevere and to overcome. And so Chris Estes taught me very early in the business. He says, if your why doesn't make you cry, then it's not strong enough. And so you want something that kind of gets you in the gut. It gets you emotional. It makes your hair stand up to do that. Now, here's the second part of your why of why it's so important. Your why will be your number one recruiting tool in growing a business. Let me repeat that. It will be, and I've never said this in a training, and I don't know why I haven't said it, but your why will help you recruit more people to do the business with you than any single thing else that you can do. And the reason being is because your why will convey your vision, it will convey your passion, it will convey your purpose, and it will basically set you apart from a lot of those other people that are out there. Now, if your goal is to get rich, if your why is, I want to get rich, this concept of will other people join you because of your why is pretty. I think this is pretty profound. Because if your goal, your why is I want to get rich, I want to be financially free and independent, and blah 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 blah. Who's going to join you with that? Think about that for a second. Who would join you if that's your why? As my wife from the Peanut Gallery said, that sounds pretty self-centered when we look at it that way. If you want to build a lasting team and you want to build an organization that will impact tens of thousands of lives, you need to have a why that is authentic, that is real, that is true, and that people will get on board with. My why in my life is the life that that I want to provide for my family and what I want to do. But I do this business because it is the vehicle to help me fulfill my purpose, to help me add value to the lives of other people, to get me involved in people's lives so that I can empower, that I can train, that I can teach and help them grow and become something they never thought possible. And this is one of the vehicles that I have in my life to help me do this for other people. And that's why I do this, because I want to make a difference. I want to be the difference in somebody's life, in their story, in their football. I think the greatest accolade any person could ever receive is to be a footnote in somebody's story. So the why is important. So when you think about your why, ask yourself this question: is it strong enough? Will it make me cry? But is it noble enough, or is it right to the point where other people would join you to go with it? So your why must be evolving as you approach your goals. Have a picture of your why, and also I say your want is important here. What you want, the what is important to do this, because these are the things: the purpose, the passion, the conviction are what will see you through those days that are going to suck, because there will be sucky days. Goals are very simple. Goals are simply manageable, measurable landmarks as you begin your journey. as you begin your path. In the Zija back office, there's this roadmap to success, and they've got all the ranks and those things that are out there. And goals are great measurements to measure your progress towards fulfilling that why, and then also accomplishing what you're accomplishing with your business to go with it. But I encourage everybody that the number one problem with goals is I want you to have possible thinking. I want you to have positive thinking. I want you to dream big, have big, hairy, audacious goals, but understand that when we reverse engineer and we break down that we need the true measure or the true key to success in this business are daily measurable activities that you need to accomplish. Basically things on your checklist. And if you reach those, if you set those daily goals, and you grow along those paths of the daily goals, then what will happen is you'll find out the other goals that you set that along that vision, the course that you've set for yourself will click right along, and you'll find yourself meeting those. One of my daily goals is to do something that makes me grow. That's why I personally develop. I have my daily dozen, where, basically I start out with my daily devotion, and then, I do my daily personal development where I read 10 pages of a good book, or I listen to 30 minutes of good audio, or I talk to someone who's where I want to be. And then I take care of myself. I try to exercise. I consume my Zija. And then also I try to have 20 or 30 minutes of physical activity every day. Those are the first three things that I try to do on my daily basis to focus on my personal growth and what I've got going on here. Daily goals, these are going to be things like the number of contacts you're going to prospect or you're going to reach out to. I talked about this Sunday night on the team call that basically for a week, I want to challenge you. If you say 2 a day will bring freedom your way. 3 a day will bring freedom your way faster. And I'll explain the numbers on this real quick. That basically, if you talk to 10, you get 1. That's the ratio that Jim Rohn talks about that we get, or maybe we get good, we get 2. But we'll have to enroll 100 distributors, not customers, 100 distributors, in order to find 3 that will help you grow a business that will be on a full-time pay level, right? So if you got to talk to 10 to get 1, that means that you're probably going to have to talk to 500 to 1,000 in order to find the 100 and to find the 3. Okay, that's something to really think about to go along with this. And in our situation we have right now with our company and the way a comp plan is set up, realistically, customers are probably more important for long-term sustainment and long-term residual income than distributors. Because distributors come and go, they get burned out. You have a guy that goes diamond in a year or 2 years, and then then for the next year he's builder 1,000 every week because he's getting a check, but he's not doing anything. But you see, those are all things that go there. But so we need to understand the numbers. That basically the goal is if we can talk to 1,000, we'll find 100. If we find 100, then there will be 3. There will be about 20 of that 100 that will be serious and will build the team. And then there will be 3 that will go on to either meet or exceed you where you are in your business. And the goal is that obviously if you want to be a triple diamond, the easiest way to get to triple diamond is to recruit a triple diamond on either side of you. And that sounds easier than it is to go with it. But understand that it starts with the daily activity. So we're talking about number of prospects. We talk about number of follow-ups that we do. If we talked to 2 yesterday, we got to follow up with 2 today. Talk to 2 more, and be very intentional. And guys, the key to this business is a 90-day chunk, and that's basically 3 30-day runs. If you set the goal of doing this 90 days in a 90-day segment, you can push for 90 days. You'll get some big results, and then you can evaluate. If you're going to take a month off, which will slow your growth down, but you can take a month off and then do another 90 days. But it goes back to what you want from your business and why you want it. If you're truly passionate about changing people's lives, there's going to be no limits. You're going to go, and you're going to go hard, and you're going to do those things. You got to focus on the vehicle that's going to help you do that. So daily goals, prospecting, follow-ups, connection calls, reaching out to people that are on your team and encouraging those, and then basically your personal development that goes with that. Weekly goals, rank advance. Then you have helping your team rank advance. Those are things that kind of go along with that. But right now, with everybody that we have on this call, we really need to focus on those daily goals. I go back, if we focus on these daily goals, getting people plugged in, doing those type of things, I promise you everything else will fall in their yearly goals. I always challenge people, will you be here in a year? I did a call last Wednesday, and some people that, I broke it down. I said some people don't last. Some people are going to find reasons to be unhappy. They're going to find excuses. Either you're going to find a way or they're going to find an excuse. But some people don't last. Enjoy people while they're here and they're in your business, and you can do this thing together. But understand that that's why recruiting is so important, because people are going to quit. 90% don't make it a year. I mean, that's just the numbers for whatever reason. Maybe it's distrust. Maybe it's distraction. Little cares. Jim Rohn's got a great thing he talks about. Some people the birds get them. Somebody shoots. Somebody a small thinker kills their dream. Those things happen, guys, and maybe you can resuscitate them, but it's easier to give birth than raise the dead. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, step by step. Inch by inch is a cinch, yard by yard is hard. Your business is not built in a day, but it is built daily. That is the mindset we've got to have to go with this. So let's talk about prospecting. Let's make the list. 85% of people never make a list. And I know this sounds redundant, but if we're going to focus on how to be successful with the weight management system that we have currently, that's our promotional bundle. We need to think about people that not the people that we think need to lose weight. We need to think about the people that we've talked to that said they want to lose weight, or that they would like to be trimmer, they'd like to be slimmer. They wish they was a little taller, they wish they was a baller, they wish they had girls that look good. They call her. That's a little skilo for Ken there. I know he's enjoying that. James Anderson probably is too. I think James might be Skilo's dad. But anyway, to go with that. When we look at this, we need to understand that what's a qualified prospect, or what's the definition of a prospect. A prospect is somebody that you have a relationship with, that you know, and that you have contact information. That puts them as qualified. If you can reach out to them either via Facebook and have a direct conversation with them, or via the phone or via text message, that's qualified, okay? And when you start making your list, the first people I want you to think about are the people that you know that you want to be in business with, that they're successful, that you are a better person when you are around them, that they like to help people, that they're motivated. There's all kinds of criteria that go there, but the average person knows about 8,000 people directly or indirectly. So we've got to do that, and it starts with we want to start with your list for your first week of about 30 people. 2 a day is Freedom My Way. That's 10, and then that leaves you 20 on the bench. So, if you can come up with a list of 100 people, I can show you how you can recruit that list of 100 people and probably get 30 of them in your business. Just by being repetitious, just by being persistent, but most importantly, being systematic to go with this. So I use this in a big Super Saturday training, so use a pen and paper or notes section, or write down 10 names of people that you have not contacted, and then also now use a 5-star method of rating them to basically are they teachable and coachable? Are they successful? Are they influential? You can go through and rate your prospects. So, but take a couple. Take 60 seconds. I'm gonna turn my camera off here and I'm gonna grab something to drink. But take 60 seconds here and write out 10 people that you want to contact this week. Go. All right, welcome back. I realize that was not probably a full minute, but if it was, I hope you got some names written down to go along with this, to go here. And so understand that the prospecting process is a funnel. I have a great graphic. I couldn't find it in the presentation that I wanted today, but this is a great graphic because it's like baseball kind of. First base, second base, third base, home run. Just understand what goes into that. Look at your percentages here. First exposure, that means you give them a tool, something to look at, a video. 2%, two exposures, 5%. 3 exposures, 20%. Connection calls count as exposures, or connection chats, or Zooms, things like that. Facebook Lives, things along those lines. But when you get to 6+ exposures, if they've stuck around long enough and they haven't went into witness protection, they haven't run off with a carnival and told you they moved away and stuck you with the rent and done all those things, if you get to 6+ exposures, they're serious, and it's just a matter of time. In our company, it's really easy to get a customer though, because the products are so great, and a lot of people will be curious to use the products, and you can get a lot of customers that will continually use the products. They can find products that are great for them, that work, that do wonders for them, and helping them reach their health and wellness goals. but we need to continue that process because our end goal should be to take every customer and flip them to become a distributor to help you gather more customers. That's why the company, we want to find the pain point with our bundles, whether it be weight management, nutrition, personal care, home essentials, active lifestyle, or energy. Whatever that pain point is, we can offer a bundle as a solution, and then from there, then show them how that they can use the products in that bundle and use more of those bundles, more of those products, and then finally end up with showing them how to use Premier 20, Elite 40, or 3 and free for our newest distributors to get their products paid for. So peaking and passing, this is where the test for your testimony begins. This is where the rubber meets the road. We can write big goals. We can have the noblest of whys. We can know exactly what we want. We can have vision boards. We can have big checks. We can have pictures with Chris Estes. We can have all those things. But guess what? Until the rubber meets the road and we start taking action, nothing happens. This is what builds your business. You can read every book. You can strategize. You can find the perfect tool. You can get the perfect presentation. But until you get people in front of the information, ain't nothing gonna happen. That's a complicated, sophisticated, redneck term, analogy, whatever. Nothing gonna happen until you start talking to people. And this is where you will be the challenge. So you've made a list. And so here are some people, the types of people that I put on my list. Who are 5 people that you have influence over? Meaning that if you were to call them today and say, hey, I just found out about a hot stock tip. It's going to be the next Microsoft. They would listen to you. Or you say, hey, this is a great restaurant. You need to check it out. They would listen to you. People that you can influence. Who are 5 people you know that are winners? I mean, winner, chicken dinner. They would rather lose their left arm and win than to be whole and lose. Do you know some people like that are just slightly competitive? 5 people who value what Zija has to offer. Think about this. We see a guy, it's weight management month, we see a guy sitting on the corner outside of McDonald's smoking a cigarette, holding a bag full of Big Macs and drinking a Diet Coke. He's 5'5" and weighs 400 pounds. Is he a prospect? Does he need to lose weight? Yes. Is he unhealthy? Yes. But the question is, does he want to be healthier and does he want to lose weight? And the answer is probably no. We're not in the convincing business. This is a volunteer army, so don't go after those people you have to convince. If they're not interested, pull a Frozen. Let them go. It's okay. This is not for everybody. Prosperity is not for everybody. Health is not for everybody. Longevity is not for everybody. Some people want to be sad, miserable, oxygen-sucking bags of flesh that drain every bit of energy into a room, and they want to have an issue so they have something to complain about because that's how they identify themselves. They are identified by their struggles and their afflictions. They're not for us. If they don't want to be better, we don't want them on the team. Simple. Now, it's low-hanging fruit, but if they're not serious about getting better, next, it's not worth the headache because there's somebody out there that, that wants to be on your team, that wants to have what you have, that wants to use what you're doing. Go find them. Just turn over the rocks. And always remember that every dud knows a stud. I mean, it's the truth. So think about 5 people that trust you, 5 people who are successful, 5 people who you went to high school with, 5 people you went to church with or you go to church with, 5 people you went to Sunday school with. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Battle for your why, your dreams, and your future, because if you don't, if you won't fight for them, if you won't scrap for them, if you won't battle for them, nobody else will. It's your turn to be your hero and save your life in your own story. Zija may not be your first choice, but it might be your last shot. Just saying. That's where I was 10 years ago. Going through a divorce, wanted to keep my house. That was what I did. Everyone knows 2 kinds of people, the ones they know and then the ones they'll actually share Zija with. If you buy other people's opinions, you buy their lifestyle. Never take advice on anybody that you wouldn't trade places with on that topic of advice. So don't go ask your broke brother-in-law for a stock tip. Don't ask him for financial advice. Is he credible? Is he knowledgeable? Is he successful? And if the answer is no, no, and no, why the heck are you listening to him? Raise the rent. Kick them out of your mind, that is. Maybe you need to kick them out of your basement, too. So what will you get uncomfortable for? That's why your why and your what need to be so big, so strong, and also so noble. And great things never come from the comfort zone, and then life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Get ready to get uncomfortable if you want to reach those goals. If you just want to be slow and steady and just kind of hanging out and chilling, using some products and dabbling, that's cool. If you treat your business like casually, you will become a casualty. Okay? Hobbies cost money. Businesses make money. You may need to recruit yourself. All right, if you're not comfortable approaching someone with the business or products, you may need to recruit yourself and build your belief. Your people will mirror you. If you are excited, passionate, they'll be excited. They'll be passionate. Don't tell them anything. Be a Fruit Loop in a world of Cheerios. Nobody needs another Debbie Downer. No, wah-wah. Nobody wants that. Be different. Hey, it's hard work swimming against the stream, but that's the only way you get to the prize, is going against the masses. Know where success comes from. It is to be successful in this business. It is a matter of will, not skill. It's the start that stops most people. Tenacity, consistency, persistence. My wife, I love my wife. She's a good-looking woman. She loves me. But if you ask her what my number one characteristic is, it's not my wit, it's not my charm, it's not my sex appeal, it's my consistency. And there's nothing that's more sexy than you're just so consistent, honey. But consistency will win championships. Consistency will win big in this business, especially if you increase that consistency rate over time. And also, she'll tell you that I'm very persistent. She'll tell you, there's a lot of things that go along with that. And, of course, now she decides to be quiet and not chime in because she's choking on something there. I hear her coughing. So, anyway, know the numbers, and no means not yet. Truth goes through 3 phases. If somebody says, if you talk to me about that stuff one more time, I'm never going to speak to you again, one more time. Just push it one more time because they're that close to getting started. What you make up for in skill, or what you lack in skill, you make up for in numbers. We have great seed, great products. We got to keep sowing, and this is really about, in this game, base hits win, not home runs. A lot of times we get in the mindset, well, if I can get this doctor, if I can get this lawyer, if I can get this professional athlete, or if I can get this guy that's a talk show host, or if that person's influences, if I can get this influencer on Instagram. Dude, most influencers are broke and their parents are paying their rent. Just saying. Go for people that have a mortgage. Go for people that have kids and roofs they need to keep covered, that are time poor, that if they had to work another 20 hours a week to make ends meet, they couldn't do it because they don't have that kind of time. Get people that have something they will fight for. Millennials, a lot of them don't have anything to fight for, so they're not very good at this business because they're not passionate about anything. But you get a guy my age that's 40, he's got too much month at the end of the money. He's trying to keep a roof keep his kids in the private school, keep a roof over their head and food on the table. He's got something to fight for, and that's who you need to find. Know you have good seed, keep sowing, base hit. Time is on your side if you're persistent, tenacious, consistent. Some will, somewhat, so what, but remember the fourth. Someone is waiting on what we have to offer, guys, and that's why we got to go do the deal. Every prospect's going to ask some questions. They're going to say, is this real? Does it work? This will be the product and the business, by the way. They're going to say, hey, can I do it, and can I get others to do it with me? That's what they're going to ask. And you'll find out that most of your customers are people that said that they knew it was real, they knew the products worked, and they thought they could do it, and then somebody told them no, and they just shrunk. Fired up, ready to go take off the world. Somebody says boo, and they've dropped their shield and they're running. I love the Viking saying, either you come home with it or on it. No retreats. So prospecting, this is where we're getting into the meat of the matter here. I'm trying to figure out how many more slides I got to go. Let me check over here and see. Prospecting is always a matter of sorting. Ooh, I got to get this wrapped up here. All right, so prospecting is a matter of sorting, guys. Serious versus curious, contenders, pretenders, dreamers, and doers is what we're working on here. Family and friends, see them first. They're going to say no. They know you. They're going to shoot you down. They're going to tell you all this craziness. Understand that. That's okay. practice on them, because when you shut up your wisecracking brother-in-law with information and he still tells you no, you win by making him look bad, or you win by letting him make himself look bad, I should say. Always focus on building relationships and growth. I mean, I love the idea of shipbuilding by sowing time into other people. Pay attention and do recon, gather information, find out where they are so you can meet them where they're at. If you want, if you need a way to do that, you can always use the form method where you talk about family, occupation, recreation, motivation. I've got a message on here that should say motivation. You can put another M up there for money. Find out what doors will open. And the more questions you ask, the more you'll learn, the more you'll know, and the easier it will be to get them talking, and they'll talk themselves right into doing this with you. Whether you'll find out if their interests are in the business, if your interest is business and opportunity, product, lifestyle, hanging out with people who don't suck. I mean, all those things work. And I love Becky Forbes' story. She's a diamond up in the Northeast. I think she's in Connecticut. That she loves health and wellness. She was actually a personal trainer and a fitness pageant type person. But she was so broke that when someone brought her a great product, she automatically said no because she couldn't afford it. And it took someone bringing her an opportunity to get her to say yes, because she saw something that could help her get out of what she was stuck in. So building your business is simple. It's approaching, appreciating, and asking. Always pass to a tool. And so, don't be a tool. Use one. We're in a situation right now where at the weight management system, we have some great videos that are available. As Lulu just mounts the back of my chair and says hello. She'll probably hit me in the back of the head here in a second. Oh, she's being cute. There we go. Doesn't like funny cat videos in the middle of a training. Sorry, guys. Well, you might find the entertainment to go with it. But do not fall into that category where you want to be the expert. Let the videos, the Facebook groups, the testimonials do the talking for you. The less of an expert you are, the more duplicatable that is. The easier to do that. The more, I love the more you say, the faster they walk away. Look at this girl's. This guy must be on a first date, and he rattles off everything he knows, and then says, "Hey, will you marry me?" Leaves nothing to them to learn. Always use your tools. Make sure that when you do it, it's quick. Give them a deadline. Book a meeting from a meeting so that way they can they know that they need to have this video watched by the end of the day, or by within the next 20 minutes, because that's when you're going to talk to them about it. Favorite tools, anything that's out there. There's all kinds of videos, things that go with it. To go with this, and just a little bit of motivation. So as we talk about this, as we get through here, the next little bit, as we focus on weight management, we have a 4-step weight management system. You can always ask questions about nutrition, cleansing. How many have tried to lose weight before in the past? They've had success, and then they've regressed, or they've gotten bigger than they were. I mean, that's an easy topic to conversate over. Is that a word? I don't even know. But that's an easy thing to talk about, and that's where we are right now with $150 weight management bundle. It's the promotion. It's the focus for the period. We've got it for about 2.5 weeks left. And basically, if you haven't had an experience with weight management system, that's okay. Use somebody else's. If you know somebody that's looking to lose weight, say, hey, I'm a part of a company. I've been using these products here, but I heard the story of this guy that's lost 100 pounds, and he's been using this from our company. And it's our special this month. So if you're serious about losing weight, it might be easier to do today, or cheaper to do today than ever before, because it's a sale. Buy 3 products, get 1 free. Get free shipping, get free enrollment. People love a deal, and they'll take advantage of it. And so that's what we need to think about, focus on as we go through it. So, guys, I appreciate you hopping on tonight. If anybody's got any questions, I'm going to exit out of the PowerPoint here and go there, screen sharing your shot. If you've got any questions, be happy to answer them. I think everyone should be able to unmute themselves. I'm trying to find the chat window here, or you can throw it in the chat. If you've got a question, unmute yourself, ask away. I'm going to let these run a little bit for the questions, because maybe somebody needs to hear that you ask a question to go along with it. I hope that made sense, because I covered a lot of material in about 25 minutes. Michelle's holding up my marker board sign that says, slow down. But that's how I go. Knocked them dead, Mama. No questions. You always think it's really good. She loves me. Then I'll get off this thing and then she'll let me have it. Right there. No questions? Awesome. Well, guys, thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. And I hope you see some value in this. I'm going to record this and put it on. It's recorded. I'm going to put it on our YouTube channel. And this, I think this will be a good one to use to get started. Oh, we got one in the chat. We got a chatter. James Anderson says, thank you, sir, very much. If you're local, I know Saturday coming up, September 7th, there's a big Zija event up in Louisville with Chris Estes and crew. Chris Estes and D. Hutchins and John Morris and a couple other folks are going to be up there on the 7th, this coming Saturday. So, no, that's not this coming Saturday. Is it the next Saturday? It's the Saturday after Labor Day. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to unmute everybody. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see y'all soon.